If you're sick of your puppy having accidents, or you just want to be prepared before you bring your new puppy home, then this video is for you. You'll learn the fastest way to potty train your puppy and how to get them to stop having accidents in the house right away. Within the first hour of bringing home my puppy Oliver, I was FaceTiming my buddy, showing him how cute Oliver is, when right on cue, Oliver on camera and on the floor popped a squat and just started to pee. It's a good thing they're cute, because cleaning up accidents is one of the most frustrating things about being a new puppy owner. You've probably found yourself banging your head against the wall, wondering if they're ever going to learn how to go outside. Especially if you take your puppy outside, they don't go pee, and then as soon as you bring them in the house, they go right away. Puppies don't come with a training manual, so it's not your fault that they have accidents in the house. And a scary fact, not being potty trained is one of the more common reasons that people abandon their puppies. So this is an incredibly important skill for you to teach them. But if you follow the steps in this video, you will have a fully potty trained puppy and you'll quit spending hours a day cleaning up their accidents. In reality, there is one big secret to potty training your puppy fast. But you're probably making some common mistakes that are actually making potty training a lot harder for you and your pup. So let's fix those first. The first mistake is you not taking your puppy outside to pee often enough. Young puppies have small bladders, plus they don't have total control over them yet. So when they're awake, you're going to need to take them out every 30 minutes to an hour. Yes, that feels like a lot, but it's super important for them to not have an accident in the house. Plus, it'll help them learn where they're supposed to go faster. But here's the good news, that you're not going to have to do this forever. You're only going to take them out this often for the first few weeks while they're potty training. Eventually, they'll learn where to go and they'll have more control over their bladder, so they won't need to go outside as much. The next mistake is letting your puppy have free reign of the house. Now this might sound weird because your house is their house, right? But this is important for a few reasons. The first reason is that it's easier for your puppy to learn not to go potty in 1 or 2 rooms than it is to not go potty in 4 or 5 rooms. Plus, if they're wandering the house, you might not see when an accident happens. My college roommate had a puppy and he let her have free reign of the house. We thought that he was doing great at potty training her, but what we didn't see was that she was going upstairs into the loft where nobody went and was pooping. We were all wondering, how did this guy quickly potty train his puppy, until one day we walked upstairs to the loft and found several presents that she had left for us. And the last reason that you don't want to give your puppy free reign of the house is because it's harder to control them. When they have access to several rooms or a really big space, it's harder for you to stop them from doing behaviors that you don't want them to do. To have more control of your puppy, use a crate or a playpen or a baby gate to keep them constrained unless you can constantly have eyes on them. The next mistake is cleaning up accidents improperly. Dogs like to go potty where they smell other potty. Soap and water might clean up an accident for you, but since dogs have senses of smell like 10,000 times greater than we do, they can still smell it. Because of this, you need to use an enzymatic cleaner, which actually breaks down the accident instead of just kind of covering it up like soap and water does. If you don't use an enzymatic cleaner, you'll probably find your puppy going in the same few spots every time, even if you just took them out right before. I'll drop a link to the enzymatic cleaner that I use with my puppy down in the description. The next potty training mistake is letting your guard down too soon. This happens when you've been potty training them for a few weeks, they're starting to make a lot of progress, and you're starting to trust them, but then all of a sudden you let your guard down and they have an accident. When my dog was a puppy, I was in my room folding laundry. It had been a while since he'd had an accident, so I was starting to trust him. But when I came out of my room, I caught him in the middle of the living room, squatting down, peeing on the carpet. I had let my guard down. Apparently, I didn't take him out soon enough, and I had lost sight of him because I let him have free reign of the house. Even if you think that your puppy is potty trained, be sure to keep an eye on them until you're sure they're potty trained. If they have an accident, that can be a big setback to your potty training, which can lead us to the next mistake, being inconsistent. If you're inconsistent, your puppy is never going to know where to go potty. They're going to be confused. Do they go inside or do they go outside? Inconsistently leads to accidents, which leads us to this next mistake, losing patience. Potty training doesn't happen overnight. It can take as little as a week or 2 or as long as 6 months. It all depends on your consistency and how fast your puppy learns. And remember this, it's all about the puppy that you're currently training. It's not about your previous puppies or your friends' puppies or a puppy that you follow online. All puppies are different, and it's not fair for you to compare them to another puppy. Just do the best with the puppy that you have, take note of what they're doing, and go from there. Every puppy is an individual, and it's unfair to compare them, which leads us to our next mistake, punishing your puppy. If your puppy has an accident, don't rub their nose in it or yell at them or swat them with a newspaper. They're young, so they can't hold their bladders for that long. Plus, they don't know where to go yet, so it's not their fault. Punishing them is not going to teach them where to go potty. You'll learn how to teach your puppy to go outside soon, but know this, punishing your puppy is not going to teach them where to go. If you see an accident, just take them outside so they can finish their business, or just make sure that they don't have another one. There's nothing you can do about it at this point once it's over. And if you catch your puppy in midstream, then interrupt them by making a noise or clapping, run over there, grab them, and bring them outside to finish. Yes, you might get caught in the crossfire, and your puppy might pee or poop on you, but that's the life of a puppy parent. Punishing is also a big mistake when it comes to puppy biting. And if you're struggling with potty training your puppy, then you're probably also struggling with them biting nonstop. I just made a video about 5 tips for new puppy owners to get their puppy to stop biting, which I'll queue up for you next after this video. Another common mistake that new puppy owners make when it comes to potty training them is not letting them fully empty their bladder. Some puppies might go pee a few times, so if you take them after they've only gone once, then of course they're going to go inside. Keep a close eye on your puppy and learn their potty habits. If they always like to go 2 or 3 times, then you're probably going to need to stay outside longer so they go all those 2 or 3 times. The final mistake when it comes to potty training your puppy is not knowing the signs that your puppy needs to go. Here are a few of them. Walking in circles, sniffing the ground, disengaging from playing with you or playing with a toy, or whining, barking, or pawing at you for attention more than normal. When my puppy needed to go outside, he would bite me like crazy. At first, I found it really annoying and pretty painful because his teeth were super sharp, but once I realized that he was just telling me that he needed to go out, I was really thankful because I would take him out quickly, he would do his business, and he would stop biting me. If you currently have a puppy, leave a comment down below and let me know how old they are so I can make more videos for you. And if you have a golden retriever puppy, then check out the potty training cheat sheet down in the description so you can remember the signs and the warnings and the mistakes so you can potty train your puppy quicker. Now here is the big secret to potty training your puppy fast. Never allow an accident in the house. That might sound hard or overwhelming, but I'll show you 6 steps to do that, some of which we've already covered by squashing the mistakes earlier, and some of which we haven't talked about yet. Here's why this is the big secret. Puppies are always building habits, whether that's the habit of going inside or the habit of going outside. So the more that you get your puppy to go outside, the more they're going to go outside. And the less that they have accidents inside, the less that they have accidents inside. Plus, like we talked about earlier, puppies like to go where they smell other pee. The more they smell other pee outside, then the more they're going to go out there instead of inside. So here are the 6 steps to never allowing your puppy to go inside. The first step is to take them out often. Remember, every 30 minutes to an hour when you first get them and when they're awake. And don't be afraid to set a timer to remind you. The second tip is to take them to the same spot every time. We're building a habit here, and when you take them to the same spot every time, they're going to get used to going there right away. Number 3, when they go outside, praise them. Let them know that they did the right thing by going outside. You can praise them by saying yes, or good boy, or good girl, and giving them a treat. But just be sure to not interrupt them when they're in the middle of doing their business. Tip number 4 is to constrain them when they're in the house. We talked about this earlier, but this is one of the best things that you can do for your puppy to make sure that they don't have an accident in the house. Keeping them in eyesight or in their crate where they're much less likely to have an accident will help them never to have an accident in the house. The next tip is to know the signs that your puppy is about to go potty. Here are the signs again. So if you pay attention to your potty and if you learn the signs, then that'll help your puppy never have an accident in the house. And the 6th step, which we haven't talked about yet, is to take them out at the key times when puppies are most likely to have to go potty. These include after eating, after drinking, after chewing on a toy, or playing with you, as soon as they come out of a crate, as soon as they wake up for a nap, and the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. Doing these steps will help you potty train your puppy quickly and do it in a way that is building your relationship with them rather than you putting them down and hurting your relationship with them. And if you're struggling with potty training your puppy, you're probably also struggling with them biting nonstop. So check out this video next and see the 5 tips to get your puppy to stop biting so much. And if this video was helpful, then give it a like so that more people can see it and potty train their puppy. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get more puppy parenting videos. All right. Thank you for watching, and remember, never take your puppy for granted and always check your poop bags for holes.